Thank you for joining me today. Today, I want to talk to you about R-22 and 410A. They're two refrigerants. I'm pretty sure you heard of them before, but I just want to give you some information and knowledge on why they're switching it and what you can do when it's time for you to make a decision to switch or not. Now, I'm going to begin with R-22. R-22 is another name for Freon. It's in the green bottle. They've been using this for um, 20, 15, 20, 30 years. And the reason why they're switching it is because is the to protect the ozone depletion and the environment to make sure that they're keeping it as safe as possible. And another reason why they're switching is because R410A refrigerant is a better refrigerant when it comes to absorbing heat and releasing heat. It has a better transfer rate, so it's more efficient. So those are the two reasons why they're changing the refrigerants in these from these older systems to the newer systems. Now, what I want to educate you on is when you have a problem and you have a company come over or whatever, a guy come over and they tell you that you need to get a whole new system, which in some cases, that's what that it'd be the better thing to do, or it'd be the, you know, it'd be the best decision to make. Now, in some situations, you don't have to, get an entire new system, and that's why I did a video in another video about that. And sometimes when you have so many problems with a system, it's just pretty much time to replace it because you're going to end up spending more money on it. But and what I want to get to, what I just wanted to focus on today was R-22 and 410A. So let's say your compressor goes out, and as of 2010, they could no longer make any R-22 system. So any system that you buy now is going to be 410A. So let's just say that your compressor goes out in your old R-22 system. We can't buy any compressors, so you're gonna have to get an R14A compressor. But in order for this condenser to work, and the reason why I say condenser is because when you get a new compressor, this is inside of the condenser. So you get a whole new condenser. When you get the condenser, um, you have to match that up with your evaporator coil upstairs in your attic or in your closet or wherever it is. And they have to match always with the tonnage and the refrigerant. Now, one thing that you can look at is some manufacturers make evaporator coils go both ways where they do R14A and R22. So that means you can keep your condenser outside and use the that new evaporator coil on an old condenser. But you if you have an old condenser and you need a new condenser and you have the same evaporator coil, then you can change your metering device and keep that evaporator coil. But the thing about that, that's just getting you by. Um, like I said, the price of changing your evaporator coil and your condenser is half the price of a new system with the 10 year with the nice warranty and everything. So if you have the money to replace it and you're already halfway there, then I would go for it and go ahead and get the system. But in some situations, people you don't have the money to do it. You just need to get the system going so you can make arrangements later on in the future. Then you can just get your evaporator coil and condenser, or just either or. But I just wanted to give you information on 14 R14A and R22 because some people, when they come over to your house and they explain it to you, like you have no options but to exchange your entire system, and I want you to know that you do have a few options. It's just not just totally where you have to get the entire system changed. You have a few options, but um, now going to R14A, that refrigerant is more it's more efficient, and it's also, well, it has higher pressures, and it's cheaper. So now, right now, R22 is very expensive because they can't make it anymore. So if someone tells you that, the refrigerants are the same price, then that's just not right. So I just want to let you know that the R14A is cheaper than R22, 10 times cheaper. So that's another thing. But you kind of want to kind of stay away from R22 as much as you can, because it's getting so expensive to run it. Then you're gonna, have to end up changing your system out anyway. But if you can afford it, then I would go ahead and change it. Just the evaporator coil and your condenser, and you can change the furnace later. And rather than just keep putting money into your R22, because if your R22, let's say you put so much money into it and it springs a leak, then it's going to cost you X amount of $100 just to even get the refrigerant back in it. And then once you get it back in it, it could leak at another spot. So that's just something that you have to, think about when it comes to replacing that. Just getting it up and going, and replacing it. So I thank you for joining me today. If there's any other questions, or if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I can answer any of them. And I hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.